Hey babe, I'm about to start a show. What's up? All right, love it. Yo. What's good, my people? My people, it's your boy Jason Gooner. We're back in the building. I know it's match day, people. It's match day. I'm turn off this. I'm gonna turn off this. Yeah, it's match day, people. So we're having the tactical preview show right here on Jason Gooner TV. We know that the match is tonight, 10 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock in Jamaica, 7 o'clock West Coast. Europe in the morning hours. Yeah, man. So today we want to break down the two teams. Obviously, we know Jamaica's team, we know the players, we know mostly about that. So this is an educational show for the opponents that we'll face tonight. I've been watching them play. I watched their last two games in the Nations League, the most recent ones. They have a system that pretty much is their style, very possession based. And I will discuss that in further detail as we go through the show today. But you don't know the YouTube things. We're up on YouTube, people. So if we are create the content, you have to follow the rules. So you have to like the video, you have to share the content. You see me? You have to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. If you are a football fan, if you like football, you will enjoy this channel. It is very football driven, football based. That is what we're about. We break down teams, we break down players, we break down games, and we try to figure out and predict the outcomes of matches. All right, people. So that is what we do here. My name is Jason Gooner, as I said before, and this is Jason Gooner TV. You see in the title of the video, it is the Jamaica Reggae Boyz versus Nicaragua tactical preview. We're going to go through the keys to victory for both teams, and then we're going to use the tactical pad and show you the predicted lineups as well. Also try to show you some things and ways I think we can exploit this Nicaraguan team and vice versa. Because of course, we are playing an opponent. We have to show them the respect. Yes, we are ranked higher than them. We have the better players on paper than them. But football is about systems, especially in 2024. So we're going to see what kind of system they're going to bring and how we can try to stop that system and beat that system. All right. So hopefully the powers that be watch this video, because I think it will help them win this match later. All right. No, I'm just saying. These are just my thoughts, people, from the knowledge I have of both teams and what I think can work for both teams to get this result. Of course, we're going to take a look at everything surrounding the group, see where the points are and everything. But the first thing I want to do, people, is just familiarize ourselves with the Nicaraguan team. All right. So, I'm a person that always believe in education. You look up these things, you find these things, I try to make sense of everything. Float, big up yourself, brother. Respect for being in the building. Runners, say up, 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 up. Sebastian, big up yourself, my brother. Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah, man. As you're dropping the building, man, just like the content. Yes. So first, what I want to do, show you guys the actual team that we'll be facing, or at least the squad that we'll be facing in this upcoming game later tonight. So this is the squad for Nicaragua that was called for these two games. Of course, they played two games in this group already. They faced French Guyana away, and they won that one 1-0. And then they went away to Cuba and drew that match 1-1. So they'll have their final two games at home. Of course, tonight they'll face us, and then they'll have the return game against French Guyana. So this right here, though, people, is the team sheet. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. All right, it's not looking like I can make it any bigger, which is sad. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the team right here. All right, so porteros, which is goalkeepers, you have Jason Vega from Real Esteli, Miguel Rodriguez from Finlandia, and Alier Lopez from Managua. So, of course, Esteli and Managua, you might know they are teams in the Nicaraguan First League, and Finlandia in Finland, and they are in the first tier in Finland. That is Miguel Rodriguez. He was the starter in the last two games for Nicaragua. Then defensas, which obviously is defenders, you have Marvin Fletes, who started both games, Real Esteli as well. Oscar Acevedo, left back, he is at Real Esteli. Then we have Josue Quijano, veteran. He's at Real Esteli. And you will see a theme here, people. There's about, I think, 3 of the teams in Nicaragua make up the bulk of this team. It's between Real Esteli, Diriangen, and Managua. Those are the 3 clubs that pretty much have most of the players. So Keanu, also Esteli. Then we have Justin Cano, Juan Luis Perez, who was another starter, and Yellow Velasquez, who makes it this time. Don't think he was in the last squad, but I'll have to double check that. Christian Reyes, also a starter in the last setup, Municipal Liberia. So he's another one that is plying his trade somewhere else. I believe he's in Costa Rica. Then in midfield now, Medios, you have Harold Medina, also Esteli, Henry Nino, Esteli, Junior Arteaga, Diriangen, Jason Coronel Diriangen, Juan Barrera, veteran player as well, Managua FC. Then you have Mateus Belli, and we'll be talking about this player a bit in this program. He is actually naturalized Nicaragua. Well, not naturalized, but he has some heritage in Norway as well. That's where he plays, in the Norway second tier at Sandnes. So that is Mateus Belli. And we have Jacob Montes. He's an interesting one as well. USA background, Nicaraguan. He's in the Belgian Challenger League, which is the second division in Belgium. And he actually went through the US collegiate system, used to play at Georgetown. So in doing my research, I found out a lot about this player. Only 9 caps for the national team, but one that they have in high hopes for, and he was not in the previous camp last window. So he's an addition to this camp. Then we have delanteros, forwards. Widman Talavera, the goal scorer of both of their goals in this competition so far, from Real Esteli, the young forward. Bansi Hernandez, he joins the squad, was not in the previous window, but has represented before. He is back this time. Byron Bonilla, another veteran, was not in the last squad, back this time. All 3 of those players from Esteli. Then we have Ronald Palacios, also brought in this window from Managua. Edgar Castillo, also brought in. Then Jaime Moreno, who also plays with the goalkeeper over there in Finland, longtime striker number 9 for Nicaragua. And then Ariel Arauz came in from Herediano, another club over in Costa Rica. So a few dropped off from the last time. The notable ones, Abner Acuna, thought had a decent window. He's not there. So must be some injury issues going on with him. But other than that, I think it's a bit stronger than the last time. They have some players that weren't there. I think Bonilla, with his experience in Concacaf and with the national team, could help as well. Jacob Montes, good quality coming in. Just another addition to that already jam-packed midfield, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, the main thing, people, mainly a fully Nicaraguan team in terms of where the players play. Most of these teams have played CONCACAF competition though and done well in like the Central American Cup. You know, Real Esteli had a good run last season. They're going pretty good this year again. We talk about Diriangen doing well in the league locally and definitely have a big contingent in the national team. So, you know, the the Nicaraguan league is doing decent, and I think, you know, I don't think we should really pay too much attention to the fact that most of them play there. Yes, they might not have the international exposure, but one thing is for sure, as I said before, in 2024, football is a lot about systems of play, and you'll see that this team is pretty much locked into how they play football. Oran Hernandez says, blessings, bro, blessings. We max it, bless up, we max it. Go on. Yeah, man, you forget your rest, you know, bro. Long day for you, my brother. Long day for you. Get some rest. TNT in here. Yeah, man. TNT representing. You know, we have the games later today. We're going to talk about all of that as well. Try to predict some of those outcomes as well. And then at the end of the show, we'll start to drop some predictions for the Jamaica match. All right. Big up Nitro. Big up yourself. Respect. Nitro and some numbers, because there's a next Nitro too, you know. So Nitro and the numbers, big up yourself. The other Nitro forward, we know. Bless up Demo Dre, what you say? You're outside. Me know say on a World Cup qualifier, Demo, so you know, but it's Nations League. It's still big match, Demo. And all the points matter. All the World Cup you worry about, them points ranking something, it matters. You got Nicaragua, where Canada versus Panama, we have to wait for the Kings of CONCACAF until Tuesday. My sports world been feeling himself from the other day with these Canada players, you know. It's all right, Mas. You have the talk right now. I can't really speak to you when it comes down to national team, Mas. Big up Canada. Una do good. Una do very well. I can't fight you, mas. I can't fight you none at all. All right, so that is the team for Nicaragua. As I said, some additions, some dropped off. We're gonna just discuss now. First thing I want to do, let's look at the transfer market list, and let's just see, the values of the players. As I say, I gave you a little background as to where they're playing and everything, but let's just take a little deeper look at the squad itself and transfer market. So the first thing here, let me make sure, and remember, people, smash the like button. That's the most important thing you can do. Of course, there's other ways to show your support, but really and truly, the like button is the main thing, people. Just smash the like button. I see almost 30 of us in here. We should at least be at the 30 likes. Easy, easy, easy. And the goal for this video is 100 likes. As the crowd start to realize that we're doing a video, they will show up, and just smash that like button, people. Just do that for me. All right, big up, big up. Yeah, so 3.43 million total market value. That's in euros. This is the team: Jason Vega, Esteli, Alier Lopez, not in the squad this time. Actually, yes, he is. Alier Lopez. And then we have Miguel Rodriguez. He's the starter. He plays in Finland. And he's very young, people, only 21 years of age. So, big there for him to be the starting goalkeeper so early in his career. But I think he gives a very good account of himself in the 2 games so far. One thing about this Nicaraguan team, they really limit the opposition in terms of chance creation. And that's mainly due to the fact that they're such a high possession team. But I think also they just do a very good job of limiting the opportunities for the other team to really have them in compromising situations. So when they're defending, they typically have a good setup to defend. And that's where I think Jamaica is going to have to figure out a way to get that, to kind of break down that solidity that they do have. All right, then those are the 3 goalkeepers. So we have, different age ranges: 21, 25, 28. Interesting, the youngest one is the starter and the one playing overseas already. So that's an interesting thing to see there. Then now the center backs, you have Juan Luis Perez, number 19. This player can play left back as well. Was at times playing kind of a left backish role in the French Guyana game, especially. I think tonight, though, we may see him more in the central area on the left side. Then we have Marvin Fletes. He was playing on the right side of the center back. They were playing like a trio in possession. Reyes would be in the middle of those 3, and those are the 3 listed there. I think Perez, the modern day type of center back, I think, good on the ball, very, very technical, quality left foot. One of the more athletic defenders as well. So, I don't think any of them are blessed with remarkable pace, but I think Perez, out of all of them that I saw on their backline, looks to be the most solid in terms of what I think scouts around the world will be looking at now. So I know he's 25, so it might be a little late, but I think he has the potential to maybe play overseas. Juan Perez, left-footed center backs, always a premium as well. Christian Reyes, Marvin Fletes, I think both solid. I do think Fletes, though, he struggles in space a bit, but as I said, they don't really isolate him much. But if you can, I think he's one that we can look out to take advantage of. That's Marvin Fletes. Christian Reyes, solid, keeps it comfortable, very technical. All 3 of them very technical, to be honest. They do tend to, I wouldn't say panic under pressure, but their passing accuracy goes down tremendously if you can put them under pressure. So that's one thing we'll be talking about tonight. Justin Cano, pretty much a reserve at this point, 22 years of age, didn't really get game time in these 2 games, but was on the squad. So he's back. Oscar Acevedo is a true left back. Both games, and I'll talk about this when I talk about the 2 games they've played in the Nations League. Both games, Acevedo came off the bench and did provide a little spark. He's like an attacking left back, plays at Esteli. Does well in the Concacaf competitions as well, Oscar Acevedo, and now pretty much like a veteran of the team. Anelo Velasquez, brought in this time, youngster, 19 years of age at Diriangen. Haven't seen him play, and based on the hierarchy of the team, would be surprised if I saw him play tonight, but stranger things can happen. Then you have Josue Kiano, veteran, 33 years of age, been around the national team a long time at Esteli as well. The right back, can play right wing back, right midfield even. And I'm interested to see where he and how they play him tonight, because he kind of played two different roles in the two games. I thought against Cuba he was more of a traditional right back. Against French Guyana he was playing almost right wing. So it just depends on what's going on in the game. I do think it's going to be a little more conservative tonight against Jamaica, so I would see him being more of a traditional right back tonight, but we shall talk about that as well. Jason Carnell, defensive midfielder, solid player, not blessed with pace, but extremely technical on the ball, understands space well, and even though he's not the fastest, seems to understand defensive spaces as well. So cuts out a lot of the passes, doesn't have to really chase players very much, already in position to kind of make a challenge. So intelligent player, Coronel, I think one that they rely on heavily to kind of organize that midfield area. Then you have Matthias Belly Mulskred. He has Norwegian and Nicaraguan, this player. He's playing over in Norway as well. 27 years of age now, one that we have to look out for. Very intelligent in the half spaces in midfield and puts in a lot of work. That's one thing about a lot of these midfielders for Nicaragua. We talk about a player like Bobby Reed, maybe sometimes we don't get everything we want out of him attacking wise, but we know we're going to get the work rate. Well, pretty much all of the players that Nicaragua have that play midfield and pretty much everywhere, they put in immense work when it comes down to running and tracking and shifting the team and shifting the unit. Because as I said, they don't expose their defenders very much. And that can only happen if they're working in unison and they're working, first of all, working. So look forward. I'm telling you, people, this team, for what they might lack in star quality and all these things, they work as a unit very, very well. And you guys will see it later. Junior Arteaga, midfielder, thought he had a really good game against French Guyana. Was surprised he didn't really play much in the Cuba game, to be honest. But he's one that I think could potentially move a next level as well. As I saw some things I liked in the French Guyana game. Let's see if they use him tonight. He's 24, plays for Nicaraguan as well. Henry Nino didn't really get much time last window, but central midfielder, can play deeper in midfield as well. If they want to just kind of get a little more solid in that midfield with some more tacklers and maybe go a little less technical, maybe he could get a look, but we'll see there. Henry Nino from Esteli. Then we have Bansi Hernandez, was not in the last team. Kind of surprisingly, he does really well at Esteli. A good player, one that I think is there for the future. Him and Harold Medina, I think, have done really well in the Concacaf Central American competitions. So Medina was in the last team. He's back again. Was an early substitute in actually both of the games. So, for whatever reason, the coach doesn't really tend to start him, but always turns to him for the second half. Then we have Jacob Montes, player that went through the U.S. collegiate system, as I said. Nicaraguan heritage, decided to represent them at the international level. Plays in Belgium in the Challenger League, which is the second division. And he is over there doing his thing. Jacob Montes, 25 years of age. Yeah, Jacob Montes at RWDM right now in Belgium. So that is Jacob. He was not in the last window, but has represented them before. I think he has about 9 caps for them. Wouldn't be surprised if I don't see him jump right into the starting 11 tonight. And we'll see, and we'll talk about that when I do my predicted 11s. But that is Jacob Montes, a player that, if you did any scouting about this team from the last 2 games, you wouldn't have seen him, but he'll be around this time, and I think they will be using him. Then we have Ariel Arayuz. This player is an export. He's over in Costa Rica. Him and not Juan Luis Perez. Which one of them? I think it's Reyes. Yeah, him and Christian Reyes are over in Costa Rica, but he's at Herediano. So we know this club from when we play Costa Rica. We look at their team. So Ariel Arayuz, 23 years of age, attacking midfielder, can play wide as well. One that wasn't in the window the last time is brought in this time. Interesting to see how this coach uses him, if he uses him, relies on him. Last window, we saw Juan Barrera playing. He's the captain. Sometimes it is Quijano as the captain, just depends on who is playing. But if Barrera is on the pitch, he's the captain, 35 years of age, veteran at this point. He's at Managua and, been there, done that in Concacaf as far as playing all the competitions. Has lost a step at this point in his career, but still very, very technical player. And typically is involved in anything good. if he's on the pitch when it comes down to attacking plays for Nicaragua. Then we have Byron Bonilla, who missed out the last window, but is a veteran of Nicaragua's team. Comes back in this time for this window. Real Esteli, 31 years of age. Then we have Widman Talavera, the young left winger, can also play up front. He is the goal scorer of both goals for Nicaragua in the competition so far. He's one that maybe could be looking to get a move at some point soon out of Nicaragua as well. Then we have Jaime Moreno. He is over in Finland as well, veteran, 29 years of age now, but basically the talisman of this team, the striker, highest market valued player as well, Jaime Moreno. And he started both matches last time out. I don't expect that to change tonight. I think he will start and lead the line as well. And then we have Ronald Palacios and Edgar Castillo, 2 players brought in for this window. They're both playing locally in Nicaragua. This club actually is the only player from this club in the team, Club Sport Sebaco. So yeah, he must be a big baller because he's not in the Diriangen or Managua or any of those teams. So Edgar Castillo, Palacios, I guess you could say wild cards for this camp. The coach maybe just wanting to see if they can get to the level of some of the other players who he maybe has more faith in and has more trust in. So let's see if Palacios or Castillo do anything in this game tonight. But that is the squad for Nicaragua. Let me see if you guys have any thoughts in the comment section. Okay, so Fubo TV in Canada. Yeah, Fubo always have everything. Jamaica have to make Canada World Cup. That would be, yes, we have to. I agree. Bless up DJ Gigs. Yes, my brother. Yeah, man, we're there. We're going to break down Nicaragua, break down Jamaica, try to see if we can figure out how to get these 3 points so we need. Big up yourself, Pastor Blake. Go on, match day, you know. Yeah, man, we know you pray for a morning. And you'll have Reggae Boyz in it today. USA will play Panama on the 12th and then Mexico on the 15th. All right, so El Granera make you know them as Panama and Mexico in this window for them. Should be 2 good games. Who are the players on cards? Okay, good question. So, based on my research earlier today, the only player that got 2 cards actually is Juan Barrera. So Juan Barrera is out for tonight. Thank you for bringing that up because just now I was talking about Barrera. At least you guys know the background on him now or the history. But yeah, he won't be able to play tonight because let me just double check. I did check this earlier. Yeah, Juan Barrera is the only player that received a yellow in both of the games. So Juan Barrera is out on cards tonight. I don't believe Jamaica had any people with cards in both, but we can check that in a minute. But yeah, Juan Barrera is out. Yeah, I heard that, that it was 2 players, but I'm looking and I don't see no 2. Unless, I guess it's possible that the stats people didn't catch all of them, but I don't think that's the case, But all right, let's look. So before we jump onto the tactical pad, I show you guys how I think Nicaragua will line up. Let's just look at their last 2 games in detail, and then we can dive right into that. All right, make sure you guys smashing that like button, share the content around. Yeah, man, let the masses grow, man. The people them need to see content like this, man. So when them watch the match, them informed, them can know what's going on. Yeah, man. Because as far as I see it, the squad pick already. When it make sense, we beat that drum there. It's no time for the match. It's no time for tactics. It's no time to see what's going on, what's going to happen, right? So let's look at the first game. So this was French Guyana and Nicaragua, right? So this was the team sheet on the day. Where is it? Okay, so this was the team sheet on the day. They went with a 5-4-1. It really and truly was more like a 3. I would say like a 3-4-2-1 almost. I I don't know why them have it like this on the screen, but Reyes was in the center of the back three, Fletes one side, and then Perez the other side. And then you had Acuna on one wing. Coronel was in the central area. Him and Junior Arteaga were in the central area. Then Belly was a little bit ahead of them, right, in that three in midfield. And then you had Abner Acuna one side and Luis Coronel one side, who were both inverting kind of. So it was a very compact, almost 6-man midfield at times, 3-6, and then the one of Moreno up top. But what they did really well, Belly and Arteaga would break and join in with Moreno to kind of give them the numbers in attack. But yeah, it was an interesting system. Keanu, as I said, was playing high and right for the most part, which was leaving Fletes on an island by himself. And French Guyana just didn't have the number 3 Marmo was trying, but he didn't have what was necessary to really exploit that space. And I think Jamaica will have what's necessary to exploit those spaces a little differently. That's why I don't think that it's going to be a Keanu right wing situation. But this was a card check exercise. So let's see. Belly got a yellow, and so did Reyes in this one, right? For the bench, you have Juan Barrera got a yellow. So those are the 3 players. So going into the second game, Reyes, Belly, so the 21, the 17, and number 11, Juan Barrera, had yellow cards. So let's take a look at their next game now. So Nicaragua, they played Cuba next away. And let's just take a look at those players. So remember, number 11, 17, and 21 were at risk, right? So we have a yellow card. And yes, so it is 2. So Christian Reyes is out. That's a big loss for them because he's the center of that back line. Wow. All right, so that's why we check these things again, because I had gotten just Barrera earlier. So they are without Reyes and Barrera. So we have to look at that going into my predicted lineup. That's why I did blank off the screen, because I said to myself, when I do this research, I might learn something new and I have to change it. So I did have it already preset, but I'm glad we can go through it together now and put them on the field. All right, good. So Barrera and Reyes. Let's see. Belly didn't get another one. So number 17 didn't get another one. And that's it. Just Keanu, Medina, Acevedo, and Coronel. All right. Coronel not in the squad this time. Yeah, so that's it, people. Christian Reyes and Juan Barrera. Reyes definitely a starter. Barrera sometimes starts, sometimes on the bench, but they both started the last game and they're both out of this game. So that's actually a big loss around the back line for them. There's a couple of ways they can combat that, and based on what I saw, I will tell you in a minute. All right, so let's just go back though to the first game they played. This was French Guyana and Nicaragua. Now this game right here, if you look at the attack momentum, the entire game was Nicaragua on top, if we're being honest with ourselves. French Guyana did have a spell right before halftime that was really good. They maybe could have got a goal out of that spell, but wasn't anything too sustained. Let's just take a look at the statistics overall. So one thing I noticed with this Nicaragua team, they are possession hawks. So 62% to 38 on the road against French Guyana. And French Guyana is not a team that I would say is not a passing team. They want to keep the football as well. Only one big chance created in the game, and that was to French Guyana. But the shot disparity was well in the favor of Nicaragua, 19-6. Their keeper was more active. He had 5 saves to only 1 in goal for Nicaragua. Then the corner kicks edge went to Nicaragua as well. Look at the passing difference. 200 more attempted passes. So a big discrepancy there, both teams with the yellows. Then we have shots on target, 6-1 in favor of Nicaragua. 7 off target, 4, 6 block. Okay, shots inside the box pretty even. Shots outside a lot to a little. So that should show you Nicaragua don't hesitate to try from range. I know Arteaga, Belly, Coronel, Barrera outside the box who won't play tonight. Montez, another one who want to strike from range. So that is something they might try today. They feel like they can't get all the way inside the box. They will attempt to strike from range. Let's take a look at Nicaragua's tendencies when they attacked in this game. So Quijano, as I said, was playing high and wide. So that typically was their outlet when they attack. They tried to get the overloads on that right-hand side. You see, they did use the central and left areas a little bit less, and they attack further down that wing on that right side typically as well. Big chances, miss one on the game. Through pass is only one. Let's take a look at the passing in general. So in that midfield third is where the bulk of the action and the passing took place, and a lot in the final third of French Guiana as well. Least amount in the defensive third. Then you have accurate passes, a total of 210 more accurate passes. So incredible difference there. Entries in favor of Nicaragua 69 to 46. But the fact that French Guiana was able to get the 46 is, I think that's a good sign, because French Guiana wasn't in the game so much, but they were able to make some entries every now and again. If you can put some more quality with those entries, maybe can turn some of those into chances, more than at least one on this game. Then you have final third phase passing, and this is what I'm talking about here. If they could get that accuracy of the final third phase up into the 70s, 80s, convert more of those 46 into something, it could have been a different game. But look at the difference here, 74%, and look at the volume, 150 more passes in the final third. Then you look at long passes, only 31 on the whole game. We do breakdowns of games all the time in the Premier League. City is a team that's going to average between about 25 and 35. So that should show you what type of game that Nicaragua want to play. Only 31 times they go long in the entire game, as opposed to 53 for a team that wasn't on the ball as much as French Guiana was on the ball way less, and they went long way more. So that should show you. Crosses 4 of 13, so good accuracy, 31% for both teams, actually 30%. That's decent for crossing. Duels, pretty even on the day. Ground duels, aerial duels, Nicaragua, pretty strong. Dribbles on the day, 8 of 26, 8 of 15. That's a stat I think is a key one. That dribbling stat for French Guiana, I really and truly feel like they should have put them under more pressure. That is the one thing. They're a great team, defending team, but one-on-one, I do think you can get at these Nicaraguan players. So I want to see that dribbles I want that to be up in the 20s for Jamaica. High numbers, like take on players. I'm telling you, you need to do that against these guys. Put them in situations where they get uncomfortable. Tackling, Nicaragua, when they do go into the challenge, they were very effective. 86% is a very, very good percentage for tackles. Recoveries, 50, not bad, especially since they had the ball a lot more. They were pretty close in recoveries. You would expect the team without the ball to have more, but they're pretty close to them, which is a sign right there. Then saves, big saves, and goal kicks. Yeah, so that was basically the rundown statistically of the game. Then when you look at the team itself now, so if you look at the lineup that they had on the day, the players I thought were stand out in this game for me. I thought the Coronel brothers actually played well. That Jason and Luis did well in this game. I was surprised when Luis came off at halftime, actually. I would have never guessed that if you asked me who was going to come off in that game. I thought Belly started the game well, but faded pretty quickly in that first half. I know he was traveling to get there, so maybe, I don't know if that played a part, but he really did fade. He started very promising and then just faded out. I thought Acuna as well, who was not in this window, had a good game in this game. And also I thought that Perez, the number 19, he came off late as an attacking sub. They were going for it, trying to find the goal, but I thought he was really, really good in this game. I was very impressed. And then Quijano on that right side, very, very involved. Had numerous times down that flank and did actually convert the cross, but the players could not make anything out of the crosses. So I thought Quijano did well as well in this one. Wasn't really that impressed with Moreno in this first game that I saw. Put himself about, but thought he was very wasteful in some moments and could have really, caused a lot more problem to the backline if he was a little more clean with his touch. Then off the bench, which I think is a key component to Marco Figueroa's team. If you look, they made a triple sub at halftime, and I thought all three players affected the game really well when they came on. Talavera was forced to come on for Moreno. He was playing up front and did get the goal in the end. Very scrappy goal. Acevedo was the one who put the cross in when he came in late. But I thought Acevedo is one in moments. If he comes on, you can know that they're trying to get him to whip in some crosses. He's an attacking left-back player, so we can watch out for him if he does come off the bench at some point. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned in this game, Quijano, Jason Coronel, and Perez on the back line. Those were the three that I would say really stood out for me in this game against French Guyana. And then as far as the second game is concerned, now that they played against Cuba, let's just look at the stats before we do anything else. The attack momentum in this one a little bit more even, but I thought Nicaragua was the better team in the second half, especially. That the first half was a pretty even game, if we're being honest. But I thought the second half, Nicaragua really stamped their authority, played the game at how they wanted to play it, really where the protagonists had the ball for the most part. One of those, I think Cuba got a little bit guilty of, having something to defend. And I thought they rested on their laurels a bit too early. But in this game, before I look at the individual players, let's just look at the overall stats again. Nicaragua, the possession bullies 66% to 34%. And this is 2 games away, people. 2 big chances created in the 34% though for Cuba, and 1 big chance for Nicaragua. Total shots a lot more even than that first game, 14-12. Nicaragua had the edge, and Nicaragua's keeper did have to make 3 more saves, 4-1 on the day. Corner kicks also pretty even, 5-4. Passing though, a big discrepancy. Usual 200 more for Nicaragua. Tackles, more tackles for Nicaragua. Very rough game, this Cuba game. I agree with every one of these 12 yellow cards. It was a difficult one to referee, to be honest. Then we have the total shots and the shots on target, 5-2 in favor of Cuba. So Cuba more accurate with the shots. That is a theme as well from the first game. A lot of shots for Nicaragua, not that many on target. See if that continues tonight against Jamaica. Shots outside the box is still let off 5, but they had more inside the box, 9-6 this time. And we look at the attack of Nicaragua on the night, a little more balance in this one, and you'll see from the system change why that occurred in this game, as opposed to Quijano really, being the main guy getting forward on that right wing. I think this game they did a much better job of balancing the field of play. It was some left, some right, some through the middle, a lot more variation in this one. Big chances scored, they both had 1 apiece, but Cuba missed the 1 big chance. Touches in the area, Cuba had the slight edge. Then we have the passing, a little bit more in the build-up phase in this game. Same amount in midfield, and then final third, 25%. Accuracy in the pass is almost 200 more. Total accurate passes, so big difference there. Then we have final third entries, a lot more even in this one, but Nicaragua with the slight edge, 47-44. Final phase, not as accurate as the first game, but still a lot more volume, 98 attempts to 66. And a full 30 more completed in that final third for Nicaragua. Long passes. As you can see, a part of the reason why this happened, people, I thought that Cuba did a much better job of not letting French Guyana just dictate the play for the majority of the game. If you break down the long passes in this one, a lot of it started late in the second half for Nicaragua when they really needed to find that goal. They did switch it up and go long and a bit more direct. And also in the first half, I thought Cuba did a good job of not letting them just have the time and freedom to build. So they were forcing them to go a bit more direct and long and turning them over that way. So that is a part of my game plan for Jamaica tonight. And I think that's why there were so many more long passes by Nicaragua in this game, just due to the fact that Cuba were more willing to apply pressure higher up the pitch. Crosses, very accurate again from Nicaragua, something we have to watch out for. They do have a tendency to not just whip passes in to the box, but actually they play passes into the box. They really go for a player when they put those crosses in. So we have to watch out for that, really make sure we're tight enough, because they will be looking to pick out players when they get down the flanks. Ground duels, 55%, 59%. So good in the duels. Again, Cuba, a very physical team. So if they're getting those kind of duel percentages, people need to not underestimate the physicality of this Nicaragua team as well. Then we have tackles and recoveries very even there. Interceptions and clearances more for Nicaragua. So that was pretty much the game stats for this one. Let's take a look now at some individual statistics so we can break down the players in this game. For me, this game was all about, it was a tale of two halves, really. I thought in the second half, Nicaragua's midfield really took over the game. I think that's where a lot of that discrepancy in position would have came about from. I think the additions of Talavera into the midfield playing, and also at sometimes joining up with Moreno, making that two up front. Then Harold Medina was actually a forced sub in the 34th. Thought he did well as well, picking the lock in some of those midfield areas. Coronel, again, surprised this player is not in this team. I'm assuming it might be an injury for him because I thought he was decent in both of the games. He came in for Keano when they went all out to try to get the equalizer late. But in this one, I think the key to it in that second half, Belly had a much better game in this game. He was one of the best players on the pitch against Cuba. Fletes had a much better game this time. I thought he was way better than the first one. I thought Reyes was good again. Or not Reyes, excuse me. Perez was good again in this one. And I thought that Talavera off the bench had a really good game as well. And of course, the goalkeeper had a very good game because Cuba could have easily put this one away when they were up 0-0. Had some half chances and a very good one in the second half that they didn't put away. So Nicaragua in the end made the most of those and got that goal late. Talavera actually scoring both goals in the 95th minute. So something about that 95th minute. If we get injury time tonight, people just watch out for the 95th minute. I don't know what that player like with the 95th minute so much, but the 2 goal they score was 95th minute. Yo, craziness. All right, so that is the breakdown of the 2 games that we have seen them play so far in this Nations League competition. And next, we want to move right over to the tactical pod. We're going to show you guys how I think they're going to line up against us tonight and the players that we can look out for in that system. All right. Sports Blem here for the stats. Yeah, man. Stats and analysis. That's how you get over here, Blem. Dr. Hero, bless up. Bless up, Jason. What you say? Bless up, Dr. Hero. You say bless up, Jason, not me. Eagle, that wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare. Dreamt someone got a red card. Oh, no. That now go on. Upbeat said Nicaragua is coming to play low block to get a draw. Once them draw today and beat French Guyana, them gone through. That's why I think the Swiss system is trash. Jamaica and Honduras shouldn't play twice. Yeah, I do think that it does give a slight advantage to the teams that might be a little bit lower down. So like the 5th and 6th teams, if you can get like a point from one of those higher ranked teams you have to play, and then just take care of business against that team. So as an example, perfect. Nicaragua, they got 3 points from French Guyana away. Now they have the 3 points to get from them at home. That's 6 points out of the possible 12 right there in your hand. And then if you can steal a point now against the likes of a Cuba and Jamaica, if you can get to 8, that holds you in really good stead to get through. So it's tough. I think Jamaica, though, we did it the way that I didn't expect. I thought we might have dropped points in Honduras and draw and beat Cuba. We did the opposite. We drew with Cuba and then beat Honduras. So, I think tonight is a crucial game, though. You don't want to go into that last game knowing that you have teams that you had no control over what they got. So like Nicaragua and us draw. And then they can get to 7 points or 8 points, with a win against French Guyana at the end. And then we are forced to get those 3 points against Honduras. And then we're playing the waiting game to see, goal difference and see if we finish first or how it go. Of course, Honduras playing Trinidad today. They could go to 6, which means, we'll be on 5, they'll be on 6. So a draw is good enough when they come to Jamaica. So it really does make this 3 points tonight very crucial, I think, when you break it down. So Demo says, so 5-4-1 is their preferred formation then. Seems low blocky. Yeah, well, for me, that first game when they played French Guyana, I know SofaScore had it as a 5-4-1, but watching the game, it was way more like a 3-4-2-1, or even like a 3-4, like a 3-5-1-1 type of thing, or a 3-5-2 in a way. But it wasn't like a true 5 against that team. Bless up, Michael. Big up yourself. One general. No, you're happy to be back on the rock. Bless up. All right, people, I'm bless up the foundation. Bless up, Marlon. Wagwan, my brother. Yeah, man. But they are break down the thing. Eagle said, my concern is how quickly our players will take to adjust to the bounce of the turf. Well, I think Lowe kind of brought this up in the press conference, which I was debating whether I should play it or not, but I didn't really think it was needed in this program. But basically, he was saying, a lot of the MLS guys and the USL guys, they play a lot of their games on turf. When you break that down as far as how many of those guys are going to actually be playing tonight, maybe that's, not all the players. But look, these guys, it's still a football at the end of the day. It's still going to be the same size ball. If anything, the bounce will be even truer. So the more technical you are, it should suit you, So yes, the bounce will be a little different. But if you're playing a pass along the ground and you want to turn and go along with it, it's a lot easier to do it on turf, because you don't have to adjust for the potholes and all these things. So, it might even make us play a little bit quicker. You never know. And I know the ball roll quicker on turf. So it could work out for us too, even though they're more used to it. I mean, we're still faster than them, Bless up Chris Smith, Wagwan. Big up Leroy Smart. Every time, respect. When I'm a founding members of the channel. Chris, I bless up everybody. Fitzroy Grizzle, bless up. Thought you were ditch shows. What? I don't know what you're saying of Fitzroy Grizzle. Stop doing ad mats and beat the team in front of you. For real. Touch up the like button and subscribe. Yeah, man, let them know. Maybe only Dixon and probably King will be bothered by the bounce of. Well, remember Dixon, King play a whole season upon turf. No, them no win the championship with Cavalier upon the shortened season upon the turf. And Dixon played, I know it wasn't that many games, but he went to play with that Casa team in that tournament and him score a bag of goal against different opposition, I know. But it was on turf. So, man, they play upon turf before. I don't think the turf is going to be that big of an issue, to be honest, people. I'm pretty sure Bobby Reed has traveled away in Concacaf and had to play on turf before too, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so next order of business, people. Let's get the tactical pad on the screen, and we are going to start to build these lineups of the two teams. All right, let me check this and make sure it'll look proper. All right, that is good enough. Let me get me up here actually. Yeah. All right, so this right here is the tactical pad, and we're gonna go to Nicaragua first. All right, so for me, people, if we go to, as a matter of fact, before we do this, let me close this down for 1 second. Before, let us get the Nicaragua transfer market back up just really quickly. And the last thing I want to do before we head to the tactical pad is just show you guys a little bit about their coach, Marco Figueroa. All right. So Marco Figueroa has been in the job with Nicaragua since 2022. I think he has been the manager for, I think, 28 matches since then. And I just want to show you guys a little bit about him. So this is Marco Antonio Figueroa. He is from Chile. I think he is, 62 years old now. Yeah, 62 years old. His preferred formation is a 4-3-3, which we haven't really seen much lately with this Nicaragua team. But if you look at his 28 matches, which I said he coached for them so far, it's been a while. The last few matches, it's been 4-4-4-2, 3-5-2, 5-4-1, 5-4-1. So he's a very flexible manager. Did play 4-3-3s in the past. But if you look at their stretch of games, Panama, Uruguay, Paraguay, the tougher teams not getting quite the results. This is a good win against Damrep here, September last year. Beating Barbados. This is all Nations League, and this is why they got to Group League A. This is them in League B doing their thing. Beating Damrep, Barbados, Montserrat twice, Barbados again. Then drawing with Damrep. So a good group stage for them. Then they played Peru in a friendly. This is the game that even McClaren had referenced. Said he watched this game. I didn't watch the full game, but I did go back and read the match report on it. And they definitely had a decent outing in this game, and they went with a 3-5-2. So I am of the mind that it's going to be something like this tonight. It could be the 5-4-1, but I think it's going to be a 3, and then it can turn to the 5 when need be. But I think ideally when they're in possession, he'll want it to look more like that 3-5-2 type of system. So, overall, he has 13 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses, scored 50 goals and conceded 30 in the 28 matches. So they are a stingy defensive team. If you look at it, very rarely do teams score more than, I would say, 2 goals on them. I know Uruguay and Panama, got the 3 and the 4. But other than that, we have to date all the way back to the Guatemala loss for another time that a team, score more than 2 on them. And this is back in June of 2023. So they have played a number of games since then, and they have been yet to concede more than 2. So I was in iMaxit football stream earlier, and they were dropping the scores, and it was the 4s and the 5s and the this and the that. But we have to look at recent history of this team and their defense, and I think the coach has implemented a system, as I said, that don't really get them stretched often in games. So we're going to have to figure out ways to stretch them more. Why? But yeah, stretch them tactically, people. Keep your minds where they need to be. All right, so that was just the last thing I wanted to show you guys. Just a little bit of history on the manager himself. And now we can go to the tactical part and just try to look and see what we think they will forward with tonight when we come to get all these 3 points over in Nicaragua. All right, so I don't think they will make a change in goal. So the 21-year-old Rodriguez will be in goal for me. I think the biggest issue now for the coach is going to be, who do we bring on instead of Reyes around the back? So that is the big issue there. So I guess the main candidates would probably be Cano, right? You could go with a back 4 and don't play the back 5. So I think that could be a strategy that they go with. So let's say they go with the 4, right? And they go with a 4-5-1. So I would say Acevedo more than likely to start. So Acevedo, I think, will start at left back if they go with the 4. If they go with the 4, Reyes is on suspension, so I think they'll go with Perez left center back, right? Then they'll have Fletes as the right center back. Quijano will start at right back. Quijano will start at right back, and this is what I think they'll do if they go with the 4. Okay, then they'll have the 5 in the midfield. I know Coronel will be there as the anchor. Now they have some choices in midfield. If they go technical, I think Belly will play because he gives you everything. The running and the technical, right? And then for me, the choice for the other center midfield spot would be between Montez and Arteaga. I think Arteaga, I'm not sure what they will go with. I'm going to say they go with Montez. Wasn't there the last window. I think they missed him a bit in the midfield. Just another quality player that they didn't have to call on last time. I think Moreno will get the starting role. And then to fill out the midfield now, I think that they will start. Where is he? I think they brought him back in the team. So I think they're going to play him. Hernandez. And he can play right or left side, but I'm going to say he's going to be on the right. And then on the left is a tricky one. So with Acevedo playing, if he does play, I think they could go with a Medina on this side. And Medina really wants to operate in these more central areas. So he'll just be there. And then when they are attacking now, typically Acevedo will push. He'll go a little more central. And then Perez slides. And Coronel usually splits and just stays deeper. So that's how it could look once they're in possession. But I think to start out, this could be something to look for people. Now, Perez could play left back as well and be a more defensive option. So let's look at if they go that route, how it would look. So I think they would be worried about defending first and foremost tonight. So Perez as a more solid option at left back, better defender. And then they'd probably start Cano, who was a centre back in the last squad that didn't really get much time. But he would have to start as the centre back there. And this is how they could start it out right here. So 4-5-1. I think these guys will be a little bit tucked. And they'll really load up that midfield just like that. So I could see this being the starting lineup. As I said, it's going to be between Cano and Acevedo more than likely. If Acevedo starts, Perez will slide to left centre back. If not, you'll have Perez on this side. So that is what I believe they might go with tonight to start the game. If they go with the back five, it's an easy fix. You know, Cano, I think, would be off. Perez would slide here. Actually, Cano would still play. Right? And Acevedo would play left wing back. Quijano would play right wing back. And then one of these players would drop to the bench, and I think it would probably be Medina. And they could look something more like this. Probably would be Belly a little bit deeper. So they could go with something like this as well. But I think either way, they're going to be pretty narrow in midfield and try to bunch that midfield up. More than likely, Fletes would drop into the right side. Because he does like to advance with the ball at times. So that is the two systems I think they'll go with. If they go with the back four, it will look like that. If they go with the more three system / but 5 system at the back, this is what I think it's going to look like from the start, people. So something like this is what you'll see for them. So you guys can't say I never told you guys something about this team. I think before we get into Jamaica's lineup at all, I'm just going to tell you what I think would be the keys for Nicaragua if they're going into this game. I think the first thing that I noticed, and I think what they'll want to do is control the tempo of the game. They want to play the game at their pace. I don't think they want to get into any kind of trap meet with any team like Jamaica tonight. So playing at their pace, controlling the tempo will be a key for them. I think the next thing, I think a weakness of theirs that I saw was set piece defending. They'll want to minimize the set pieces tonight. If we can get good delivery from the corners, deeper wide position free kicks, I think that they're going to struggle to mark us in those challenges. I thought Cuba got their penalty from a set piece blunder. I think French Guyana had their couple half chances and stuff from not really handling the set pieces well. So I think they want to try to minimize the set pieces against Jamaica tonight. And then the next thing I would say, I thought in the French Guyana game, while they started well, they really tapered off in that first half. And I think they really didn't impose themselves fully until the second half. Same with the Cuba game. I thought Cuba came out and they didn't really impose themselves on Cuba at all in that first half until close to the end. So I think for them, a key is going to be to start faster. I know they'll have a decent crowd tonight. Jamaica is a team that I'm sure will draw some fans because we'll have players that are known. And they just want to support the team anyway. So typically in Central America, these teams get well supported. I don't expect any different. And I think that if they can start fast or faster than they have in the last two games, it will definitely help them to just get the crowd into this frenzy that might affect Jamaica during the game. So those to me are the three keys to Nicaragua taking on Jamaica tonight. So let me know, guys, what you guys think in the comment section. Mr. Yee said, greetings. Big up yourself, Mr. Yee. Turf in Iceland as well. That is true. Suriname is turf. We lost there. We didn't lose there. We went to Suriname. We drew 1-1. Well, the last time. I think we might have lost before that. But yeah, we didn't lose there. It was a draw. Yeah, that may I tell him. Yeah, man. Smash the like button, man. Let them know. Ty said, bless up. Bless up yourself, Ty. Well, Tyreek McGee is a turf warrior. He makes very crisp passes on turf. Yeah, I don't think the issue is going to be passing. I think the issue might be just like, as you said, bouncing, the bounces, defenders playing the bounce and punt and long kick out and those things. My biggest advice would just be don't let it bounce, which is a rule that most defenders know anyway. So I don't really think it's going to be that big of an issue, to be honest. I'm looking forward to seeing if McGee's game has improved. Yeah, let's see if he gets some game time. Big up Jason, big up yourself, know yourself. Yeah, man, let me do a likes check, cause the other day I never asked for no likes. I'm gonna get one bag of likes. But today I not really ask for them. Let me see if I not do me right. 42 people. Come on, people, man. I want to reach to the 50 likes yet, people. That is wickedness and bad mind, I'm telling you. Bad mind and wickedness. Looks 5-4-1 still. So yeah, so you're saying, okay, so you like this one more than the last one in terms of what you think they will do. Yeah, no worries. Marlon King, bless up, bless up, bless up. Owen, bless up yourself too. Big up, big up. I know you smash likes already. That's your thing. Namesake, bless you. Yeah, man, we're outside, man. I do some little tactical breakdown and thing. So Demo said the 5-4-1 looks like it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I think that's what they will do and try for the draw. All right, so yeah, as I say, it's two strategies I think they can bring. The Reyes omission is tough for them. I think if Reyes was not on the yellow cards, I would just put Reyes where Cano is and say, yes, this is the starting lineup. But without him, I'm wondering if they're going to go straight to Cano. I know that Coronel dropped deeper into the role when they're building out, but I don't know if they want Coronel to play there as an actual defender. So that's why I didn't put him back there. But let's see. I mean, they could go with Cano back there, as I said. He would be the obvious choice in terms of defenders that are left to pick from. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see what Figueroa does. I can tell you that in both the games in the Nations League so far, the substitutions he has made has played a major role. So that's something to look out for as well. Will he get those opportunities and situations spot on like he did in that first game? But yeah, the only centre back really left would be Cano, so I would think he would start him in this system. Where say some AI people there? Boy, I mean, I know you're not DJ. I think the AI, it's not so serious for me. I use AI and them something there, mad. No, I think it's like the original turf, brother. Like carpet turf. That's what I think. I don't think it's no hybrid business, as far as I know. I don't believe it's no hybrid business. I forget the proper name. Somebody did tell me the proper name, but I don't remember exactly. Matter of fact, let me see. Nicaragua National Stadium forget the name of the stadium. The other day, I did see it, you know. Estadio Nacional de Football in Managua. Overview. National football, external links. So see the turf, brother. Where the turf? Ribbon cutting. Locker rooms, main grandstand. Primarily as a baseball stadium, football has a growing popularity. Record attendance was actually against Jamaica, you know. We played them in 2015. 20,000. Wow. Same thing. So then probably get the same 20 again, you know. More than likely, you know. Get the same 20,000 tonight. But nah, tell me none. Okay, just say artificial turf. So it not really give me no definite. It's a very generic artificial turf. But them say it look like real grass. So I don't think it's the carpet. It can't be the carpet. That if anybody still use carpet, them some concentration camp business them are dealing. I want Jamaica and Honduras to win today, and that would pump up everyone for the derby game in Kingston. But I wouldn't mind if Trinidad draw them here, man. Mikey should not start. Not good for knees if it's carpet. Yeah, I don't think it's the carpet. It can't be. Ain't no way. In 2024, man, still I use carpet. First generation AstroTurf. My gosh. Yeah, that's why I can't think it's AstroTurf. It's an artificial turf as the name. It don't say Astro. Bless up Nigel Garden. What go on? Yeah, don't say Astro. It's an artificial. So that'll give me a little hope. That'll give me a little hope still. All right, so on the pod, let's get this better now so I can see it. All right, so that's their team. Now, you know we want to move on to the Reggae Boyz team now. So we have Jamaica's team loaded up in the pod. So let's play coach for a minute and let's try to pick a Jamaica team. So drop the comments in the comment section first and foremost. What formation you want Jamaica play today? See the listed formations here, people. I'm going to pick the one that's picked the most by everyone. So tell me what formation Jamaica should play. There's 67 of us here. I'm sure at least 20 of them is not AI. Right, DJ Gigs? So we have one for 4-3-2-1. All right. So we have 1-4-3-2-1. Interesting. All right. 4-3-2-1. All right. Demo going for the 4-2-3-1. All right. Jeremiah, you can't say ditto, you know. Enough people have put them thing, you know. Okay, so 4-3-3 Mirac. Well, count that as a 4-3-2-1 because that's basically the 4-3-3 system how we're going to play it. I don't think it's going to be just three flat up front. My Antonio will be a little higher than the wingers. So any 4-3-3s, we're just going to count as know yourself one. Zine? So Eagle Republic said 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. All right. Jalives, Medea. All right, Duke. I know you're an opinionated fan as well. Give me a formation. So 4-3-3. So it looks like it's a tie so far. 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1. Mirac saying don't want a 10 in Femon. Okay, no problem. Even the 4-3-2-1-1 is not a 10 per se. They must play like, you know, right midfield and left midfield. It's just not like right wing and left wing. Lambert and Lati pivot. 4-3-2-1. 4-3-3 aka. Okay, so me see what I go on now. 4-3-2-1. All right, so can you guys see the difference in the formations over here where I'm moving the cursor? So this is the 4-3-3, right? So the 4-3-3 basically don't have no number 10, right? Then you have the 4-2-3-1, which is like a number 10, a left and a right midfielder and a lone striker with a double pivot, right? So that is its own thing. Then when someone say 4-3-3, are you guys saying this right here? Or are you saying this? 4-3-2-1. We have the two kind of a little bit behind Antonio, not necessarily on the same line with him. And then you have dual 8s or 8/10s, or whatever you want to call them, with a number 6. That's the thing. All right, no such say the Christmas tree my forward with. Okay. Okay, so the Christmas tree. So you talk about the Christmas tree. So you talk about this. All right, cool. And I would think most saying 4-3-3 are talking about the Christmas tree still. 4-2-3 plus the ref. Perform better by himself. Agreed. Don't need to put nobody's. I mean, not that them should far from him, but yes, let him run any channel he want up there. And when you put one, you limit him to one channel. When you put two up there. Lambert is in the squad, Eagle. He joined. Lambert got there in time. Sounds like he just getting into camp. Might not play today. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that as far as him being there, I'm not sure, but I know he was added to the list. 4-3-2-1 with Anderson side of Bobby with Palmer in the 10. Anderson side of Bobby. Okay. So you're too deeper. Okay. But DJ Gigs, if you say 4-3-2-1, so it's like, so you really want to play like a 4-2-1-2 or a 4-1? 2-2-1. 4-4-2, you say? Okay. I respect Nigel. We try Nigel. Antonio need to just come up top. No deep defensive work for him. Yes, I agree. Don't need to drop so deep, especially with this coach system, a lot more passing oriented. Don't need him to drop so deep. 4-3-3, number 10. Okay, so that's the 4-2-3-1 basically. One of the holding rows will be slightly further ahead. Got you. Lego Maggie pan the Nicos same can murder them. El Granero say free Maggie. So it looked like for the most part people want a variation of 4-3-3, whether it's 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-3-1. So make with us. I have the power in the pad to kind of, change it up as need be. So for the sake of just having something to start with, let's go with the Christmas tree first. And the man them gone up a field already. So we'd have some starters already, but we're going to bench all of them. And we're going to start over. We'll start over, people. And we're going to pick the team together and see what we'll come up with. John, we should have put them in a black jersey, Big Baller Maggie get the start. Oh, yeah, said to me. All right, we'll start over, people, because we want to pick the team. We know we have some consensus picks, I think, but there are going to be some spots I'm sure we need to try to figure it out. So let's just start over, get all the players off the pitch. Nicaragua up on the field, I wait for me. I'm still in the locker room, I chill. All right, so in goal, Andre Blake, people. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Andre Blake. Anybody disagree with that? Yeah, man. This squad builder is, I had to do a little bit of work beforehand to load the players and stuff, but I think it's the best as far as being able to move it in real time, So shout out to my coach Bridget who will tell me about it. And it gets deeper as well. As the channel grows, we'll buy the real version and we can do even more with it. But for now, this is good enough. So Tactical pod, Andre Blake in goal. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with that. So Andre Blake get in. All right, so we're going with a back four, people. So everybody agree. I think Greg Lee at left back. You know, Amari Bell obviously not in the team. We have John Bell as well. So he could play. But I think continuity, familiarity, for me, Greg Lee gets the start at left back. I think most people would probably agree with that. Let me check and just make sure. Well, Andre Moore, I don't know if Mason Holgate can actually play. Up to the press conference yesterday, we're still waiting on some clearance. So, you know, I'm not really sure. Everybody, don't bother saying your whole lineup. We're going to go by position. All right. So just drop your comments in the comment section, your player, and I will pick the one with the most. I did Greg Lee and Blake because I don't think we're going to get much pushback. Left center back, Ethan Pinnock. Is anybody disagreeing with that? I don't believe so. Yeah, Blake is a no-brainer. I agree. Duke said, even when Bell is fit, Lee's a sure starter for him. I would have to disagree with your take there, but respect your take just the same. But I just think that Lee and Bell give you similar defensively, and I think Bell is a lot better technically on the ball in a deeper position, in the positions where our left back receives the ball. Now, if we had a more attacking left back system, then I would agree that Lee gives you a little bit more than Bell, because I think he can drive forward a bit better. But I think technically on the ball retention wise, Bell is leaps and bounds ahead of Lee for me. MJ telling you that Lee is one of our most consistent performers, you know. Me telling you. Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's a bad performer. I just think Bell is better. I don't think Bell performs badly for us either. I can't remember a bad game Bell play, to be honest. Very consistent. That's one position we at least have some consistency at left back. I think the ball retention holding back Duke. Telling you, man, when you put him against some of them press there in the Premier League, brother, he's gonna give away the ball too much. You even saw Amari, who is cleaner than him technically. Look how many mistakes Amari made in the Prem. Lee is not better than him technically, you know. And Bell made quite a few mistakes in the Prem. So just based off of that, I wouldn't say so. But as I say, I hear a take. We all see football differently, you know. All right, so left center back Pinnock. I'm gonna add him in. I don't think anybody's gonna object to that. I don't think anybody's gonna object to big bad Pinnock at center back. All right, so right center back, people. Right center back. Let's just look at the options. Of course, you know, Damian Lowe. He started with Pinnock already, so we know that's a possibility. So he probably would be, I would say, the leader to start. I don't know if Mason Holgate is even available, so I'm not even going to factor him into this discussion right now. Richard King would be another option at center back, of course. You have Latibo there, can play center back as well. Lambert joined the team, can play center back, but you know, more of a central defensive midfielder for the most part. Or if he plays center back, typically it would be a back three. So really and truly, in that right center back role for me, it's between Richard King and Damian Lowe. Because again, the status of Holgate is kind of uncertain. So for me, I'm gonna say Damian Lowe, but let's see if anybody have anything to say. So Demo said Lowe. He's going to be there. Man was even in the press conference. Yeah. Lati since Bernard injured. So DJ Giggs is saying Lati. Don't even play Lowe at center back. Play Lati. Okay. So that's one for Lati there in defense. When Gregor Fowler, I have no idea what he's going to do. Bell leaps above him. Nana Lowe. Holgate will play in midfield, replacing Lati, and Lati will play right back. Interesting, because a part of me would have said, boy, I would have rather put would I rather even put Holgate a right back. I think him a little more nimble, you know. little more up and down business. But I rather Lati Boder stay in a position where him not go too far forward or too far back. Him kind of sit a little more. I think right back he might require to run back and forth a lot more. But I don't know. It's a decent shout still. Holgate in midfield, Lati right back instead. But I think he's good with Lati in midfield. He's fine with what he saw, to be honest. He has before. I've seen it, but not very sparingly, not a lot. I would say right back would be is more definite second position to centre back. Demo Selo was great the other day, can't get dropped. Yeah, he did have a good window, I thought. That is true. I think if Jorge Papers is a good coach, will use him at right back or CDM. Okay. Actually think Lambert is a better CB than CM. Okay, interesting, Rob. Interesting. As I said, he looked good when he dropped back into a back three, but I don't know about his positioning in a back four at CB. Personally, I think his instinct is to be midfielder, is to be a midfielder. You know, that's his natural instinct. Now remember, as a youth, he was always further up the pitch in midfield, and then all them get into professional life, him drop back into the CDM. So, you know, I just think naturally his instinct is to go forward. Here's Damian Lowe, partner in Pinnock. I think that will be the case tonight. So Lowe gets back his place next to Pinnock, and they have a good partnership, must say. They had one game that was a bit off. That was the Haiti game when they played together. But other than that, I think they have played well when they partner each other for the most part. I think it does calm Low down a bit having Pinnock beside him, just Pinnock's style of play, and it kind of rubs off on the players around him a bit. So, yeah, I like the partnership. You know, one ultra aggressive, one a bit more measured. It's always good to have that balance. You know, I always talk about balance when it comes to football. So no different to the centre back pairing. So I like what these two offer together. So hopefully they can hold it all together tonight. I think they should be good. Like I said, I don't think individually they'll be tested, but you know, Nicaragua does have an intelligent way of attacking. So they just need to make sure that they're turned on, switched on, and tracking the runners into the box, because they do have a tendency to load up when they get into advanced positions and have enough options to hit in the box. So just need to make sure we pay close attention there. Right back now. So I think this is going to be a contentious one. We have Dexter Lembekisa, who played the first game last game, wasn't fit enough to play the second. He's back in the squad. Recently moved over to Switzerland. Hasn't really hit the ground running over there. Did start his first game, but came off early in that one. Hasn't seen the field of play since. So it's one of those things where, you know, what do we go with? You know, Dexter has proven himself a lot more than the other right back in the camp right now has, and that's Tavon Gray. But at the same time, I think Tavon Gray's form with NYC has forced a recall for this window. So my thing is, you know, if Tavon Gray is ever going to get a chance to start and really produce something for Jamaica, when would be a better time? It's off the back of, you know, a decent first performance by Lembekisa, but a tapering off towards the end, which of course we found out later was due to an injury he picked up. And then with his, you know, lack of playing time away from Jamaica as well, a factor. You know, how much does that play into your decision making? When you look at Tavon Gray and what he's been doing with NYC lately, it's been some really good stuff. And you know, like I said, when will the player have more confidence to be given a chance? I think right now the player is at his peak in terms of how he's performing with NYC, and it might just be the best time to give him that chance against a Nicaragua team that I think, you know, in all fairness to them, I don't think they have that type of, you know, wing strength of, say, a Honduras, you know. So is that a game where you play the more tried and proven defender in Lembekisa than Tavon Gray? Not that I think Tavon Gray is a bad defender, just what we've seen from him in the Jamaican shirt, you know, maybe doesn't give you the most confidence yet, at least not nearly as much as you have with Dexter, because we've seen him do it consistently now over, quite a few windows. Tavon has gotten the chance in a few and really hasn't grabbed that chance for me. See potential there, see like there's a player in there. I think he's very good technically. But maybe it will be a case where some of the players that didn't really shine under Hallgrimsson we saw looked a lot better under this coach now. So maybe that's another thing to think about with Tavon Gray. Does he just look like a totally different player in this coach's system? So let me see what you guys say in the comment section. I'm literally going to put on the screen who you guys say the most. All right. So Dexter and Tavon came to be spectators. Why? Because they move everybody in a right back. What are your thoughts on Hayden wanting to play for Jamaica? One Real Madrid. I would love to answer this question, but it is not the stream for this. So another day when we're doing the Jamaica roundup and we talk about things, I will answer this question, but I'm not giving that any time in this tactical previews. Yeah, man, no disrespect, but yeah, don't really have a thought on that right now, this moment. Holgate low and Lati okay feel. A war we go. We say one thing for sure, we're gonna kick some people if that's the team. Boy, Holgate around for challenge people rough still, that's true. But to be honest, we ball that some of these players that we recruit might not be ready for the physical nature of the game, and then now we are ball, so them too physical. We have to make up our mind. Jean-Pierre fan blessings, so I go on. Know yourself, say Tavon at right back. All right, so that's one Tavon. Andre Moore, Meran pick again for Lambert. I actually like Lambert, so if a Meran pick him, good call Meran, because Lambert is better than always. I give the man credit for me believe that. Dexter. Okay, so I have one Tavon, one Dexter. Y turned on. Oh gosh. T Gray right back. Okay, so we have two Tavon. Mainly because of the turf, but he's in better form than Dexter. Okay, that's a solid way to look at it. Tavon Gray play a lot of his games on turf in his career. So, yeah. Make them turn. So, when I say make them turn down, John, what me really say? Yo, I why myself, because I not even know. No, whatever I say, I know that me did mean, but if those were the words that came out, why? Why Jason Gooner? Why? At a football camp, before a game, there's no such thing as a player being a spectator. Each player plays an important role, if it's even during training and game simulation. Okay, El Granero saying, even if they're saying that the two right back them are bench, they have done things in the damn camp, so they're not spectators. Okay. Big up, Warren. Game day. I hope you now work later, Warren, and you can take in the game. And I hope all the family is well. I want to see Pinnock slide tackle going to me. Where say? Okay. I think I know when I said the wrong thing, Yeah, man. I didn't mean anything by that. So we have two Dexter, two Davon, three Gray, two Dexter. We need to see Gray and Maggie in this game. This man gone all about the place now, lad. Just give me one right back name, no man. All right, so that's 3-all now. Float said T Gray get a chance. That's 4-3. I don't know if this is a vote. It just said Tavon Gray equal big, fast, and strong. Real Madrid saying up. Yeah, man, no disrespect, Real Madrid. That's a good question. Don't forget it, but that's not the program fight. All right, so 4-all that now. Dexter again. Eagle deciding not to go with my votes. I'm telling you, right back choice. We need to cut out this mirror and pick the player. The coaching staff pick the player. So Duke don't like it. Duke not like it. Rob going with Lambo. That must be Lambe Seeker. Duke going with Tavon. Brother, is literally a split, man. Yeah, man, Tavon play a lot of games on turf between high school coming up. Yeah, I'm sure. A lot of high school fields is turf in New York. A lot of them just play on the football field with the NFL or American football field. Jano, so I'm here for break the tie, you know, people. I'm here for break the tie, you know. Because it's literally 5 hours, you know. Let me go back through. Tavan Gray. 1 all. 2-1. 2 all. 3-2 Tavan. 4-2 Tavan. 4-3. 5-3. 5-4. 6-4. Yo, Tavan, watch out. Yo, as my go for say Tavan win, you know, 6-5, 6 all. All right, so the next comment, lucky number 7, Dexter or Tavan Gray. And I'm putting them on the damn right back spot. On a vote, man. Dexter or Tavan Gray. It's 6 all right now. And this man forward with another vote. DJ Gigs, you never vote already. Look how long DJ vote, man. You want to stop the vote again now, man? Okay, did I skip your vote for Gray? Did I? Yeah, because it was words. I never see the name. I would play. All right, so look. That is the lucky number 7, you know. So Jampiel. Anybody want to beat the selection? Blame Jampiel. I him break the tie. 7-6. So we're going with farm. We're going with current farm. So where's Tavan Gray? What number I gave him? I was wanting to get the actual kit numbers, you know, but I didn't get a chance to get them beforehand. So they might not be accurate, but the name is there. So that's Tavan Gray at right back. All right, so that is the starting backline and goalkeeper there based on the chat's selection. So we're going to play the 4-2-3-1. I know one will be slightly higher. So let's go with the deeper one first. So in the deeper role, we have some options. We have Latibo there who played there the last window. We have Karai Anderson who could potentially play there. We have Kevin Lambert who was drafted in the team. I would say those would be the 3 options in that deeper midfield role. Again, I am choosing to eliminate Holgate out of the system or out of a chance to play because I just don't. We're not sure. I wouldn't want to say I'm gonna start and then we'll find out the FIFA thing never forward. So let's just eliminate him for now. So again, the options in this deeper midfield role of the 2 that are deeper is Latibo there, Kerai Anderson, Kevin Lambert. If you have anybody else you think could play there, I've heard Richard King name float around in that role before. You can include him if you want to vote for him, but I would say it's between Latibo there, Lambert, and Kerai Anderson. So let's see what you guys think. Yeah, I agree. If we don't see Tavan in this game, then win. Yeah, I agree with that totally. Champion, so what you play like crap now. Nah, man. Hopefully him not do that. So Demo Dre first vote Lambi. Know yourself going for Lati and Karai in the deeper roles. All right, so no one just do that. All right, know yourself. That makes sense. We can arrange which one further up when we put them on. So give me your 2 in the pivot. Your deeper line midfielders. Both of your deeper line midfielders. Give me those positions, people. So Demo, add another player with Lambert. Let me see. So know yourself. So Brando, you want to put Lemby in a deep midfield, or you still a vote on right back? Lati and Karai says Sadler. Up in a coffee. Match night tonight, you know, bro. Forward and see what go on. Yeah, man. Bobby Affy start. So Lati and Bobby. Okay. Demo say Lambert and Lati. So we have a Karai and Lati vote. Rob will fix up Fimon once him realize the thing. Lambert and Latti again. So that's 2 for that partnership. 3 for that partnership. No, 2 for that partnership. 1 Karai and Latti. 1 Latti and Bobby. Okay, so 2 for Latti and Karai. 2 for Lambert and Latti. And 1 for Bobby and Latti. Alright. So we could get few more. I want to be fair. Remember, at the comment section at Jason Gooner TV live stream, I pick the team, So 104 coach there. Okay, Brandon, my figure. I know it's your life wicked. I start Tavan Gray, to try and get the 7th one, And ever since we done vote, about 4 more Lembisika forward, So yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the toughest calls tonight for the coach. Honestly. That right back slot. Anderson and Lambert. Okay. So that's the first Anderson and Lambert I've seen. So far Lambert and Latti and Karai and Latti in the lead. We need somebody to break that tie. Here's another Lambert and Karai again from Brando. 104 coaches, Yeah, man. 107 now. Them step boy. Them a give away the license them demo. The YouTube license them. Yeah, man. That's all you have to do. I click on the stream and you get a license. It's very easy. But I don't know what level you can coach. I think you only can coach like pan Football Manager. It can't be reality. It have to be some kind of simulation. Lambert a train with team, so the coach will pick him. Yeah, that I think. Yeah, we might want these players that we might want to see, but yes, we have to be realistic, Andre Moore. I agree with your take here. Even if I wanted Lambert to play, I don't think in an exercise like this I would put him because he hasn't trained, he hasn't been there. And he wasn't in the last camp either. So it's tough. Palmer and Latti, okay. So that's the first Palmer and Latti actually. So Jean-Pierre the first to put Palmer deeper. Lambert and Karai, Bobby and Latti. Likes equal get a license. A true demon. Now we're talking. So let me see how many actual coach inside the damn place. Let me refresh the page. I don't want to say people not have them badge. All right, so 73 coach there. We need 100 coach for there, brother. We need 27 more. We have 27 more license figure. So like the video. like the video. Yeah, all right. So honestly, this comment right here by Andre Moore, get the comment at the last 5 minutes because we are pick Lambert and realistically, people, Lambert can start the game if him probably just reached today. I mean, come on, or late last night. Yeah, so Demo agree with the comment. Say Latti and Kara, I know. All right, so all the Lambert them we are take out. So Latti and Karai, Duke changed to Latti and Karai as well. Jano, a 2A license. Yeah, so you get a Concacaf A, and I give you Oceania A because I can't give you a license bigger than Concacaf. So you get a Concacaf A and an Oceania A. Forget the UEFA A, you have to do more, maybe I don't know what you have to do, but it takes a lot. Bless up Alger, Wagwan. Match is 10 o'clock in America in the Eastern time, 9 o'clock in Jamaica, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. And if you're Europe or England, them place there, it's about 3-4 in the morning. You can, with A, if you use another device, a Pro, that may I say, 3 device, your mic can get a Pro. Romario and Antonio starting up top. Well, I think he's going to go with the 2 striker, but we shall see. All right, so in the midfield, because it looked like it kind of tied. It's either Latti and Karai Well, honestly, once Lambert gone, it looked like Lati and Karai got the most. Lati and Karai got the most picks. That's what it looked like. So let me go back to the pad. And we will drop in Latibo there in the midfield. And we'll drop in Karai Anderson in the midfield. Now, people, it will be a little bit staggered, right? So you'll have Anderson a little bit higher. All right. And then now moving into the next parts of the midfield now. My name Long Star. I forgot. Make the team back up a little, just to fit them on the screen properly. Dress back. All right. So Anderson and Lati looked like it was the highest one, I think. They say LJ drop a new one in there, Maggie and Lati. So we're benching Palmer or Bobby? That is the question. All right. So moving into the next three now in the system, because 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, right? So I think this one is probably one of the, well, I think two of these slots are not so debatable personally. And I think you guys will agree. If anybody that don't agree, just say no in the comment section right now. If not, hold your peace. Damari Gray and Antonio. I think those guys will be on the pitch. Okay? So that leaves two more slots to fill on the field. We have a number 10 role, right? And we have the right side of this midfield, more attacking midfield 3, or the more attacking part of this midfield. So let's first and foremost, let's get the number 10 role out of the way. So who we want to see in that attacking role behind Antonio in front of the two deeper line midfielders? Who we want to see in that role? What you say? We have to implement the coaching fines. Jaja. To get deep. Grim playing 3-5-2 versus Finland. Wow. Man say a heavy. What him say? Rock and roll. Rock and roll in blowout. All right, so we have one vote for Casey. And a vote for Bobby at right. Okay. So I have Demo vote. Maggie would have to come off the bench in a real coach's mind, but Jamaica is unicorn side, so I wouldn't be surprised if Maggie start. Melsha Walker said, try Maggie. All right, so we have a Maggie vote for the 10. Sadler with another Casey vote. Rob Smith said, Grimmy will be unemployed soon. I tell him better get a result today, stay there. And forgive him for the England one, England are England. But you see, today now, man, better get something out of that game, yeah. I would start Palmer and bring on McGee, says Duke. All right. So we have 3 vote for Casey, or 4 vote for Casey. No, 3 vote for Casey, 1 for McGee. All right. So I'm going to try to get to about 10 vote before I put the number 10. But right now, Casey a lead with 3 of the votes so far. Okay, so in midfield is Palmer, Lati, Bobby. So him don't have a vote. So you wouldn't have Anderson out there. Okay. Well, now that you have the team picked like this, Rob Smith, tell me who you put in front of Anderson and Latibo there. Since based on the team on the screen. Alj said Casey is injured. Really? Why? Why you say that? Why you say that, Alj? Can he never play the last game for Hull? He never come on because the team was getting killed. And it never made no sense. They were down like 4-love or 3-love. And the coach just say, yo, you know what? It don't make no sense. Casey Palmer, Hull City, injury. Let me see what this brother here talk about. Tim Walter said emerge as a doubt for this weekend. This was on the 27th. So that was a full 2 weeks ago. Well, not so far, about a week and a half ago. Bit of a muscle problem. See if he can play Saturday. Have a big squad. I don't think this is anything that will hold him out of this game, though, to be honest. That was on the 27th of the month. And the coach wasn't sure if he would use him. And I think the game, the way it played out, really made the decision for him, you know. If the game was closer, he would have played. I think. Another Palmer. Yeah, we have Anderson CDM. Kirk, you must say I watch it from before, man. Go live. No, you mix up Bernard and Casey, brother. Addition Bernard have a niggle and couldn't forward, and them send for Lambert. So Casey have a small niggle too? Or the coach said Casey have a small niggle? Jaja. I'm gonna miss that part there. Well, if that's the case, then you know. Oh, Errol Stevens gone Panawanya. Alright, good for Errol Stevens. Yeah, man. Rob say he saw Casey training. I never. Alright, but the people I tell me say in the press conference, the man say it. How did I miss that in the press conference? But not listen it. I listen it 2 times, I thought. Let me tell you. You need to focus better. Okay, so Manning's man said it this morning. Okay. So Andre Moore, did the coach say it? Okay, so Intrigue said the coach said it at the pre-match press, bro. Not sure how bad it is though, but he did talk about both players. Okay. Fair enough. Not me, kiddo. You need to know this channel and know me. I don't underestimate them team here. In passing team, I come in like we're kryptonite more while. Coach said it also. Okay, no problem. All right, so if Casey Palmer is a game time decision, I still feel like I'm going to play Bobby Reed there, to be honest. Because I think he's going to play either Norman Campbell or Cephas on the right. So, yeah. Know yourself, say Maggie in the 10 then. Granier say Maggie in the 10. Start Maggie then. Jano star. So I can't change how me that do it from start. I work with the comment section and I say Maggie. Alright, so D must say if Casey out, Bobby 10 and Cephas right. Okay. Alright, so people, the choice look like is this, you know. Bobby Reed or Maggie in the 10. Because we say we are whole off Casey because, you know, it might not be 100. Maybe him can forward on, give you a 30. We're not pressure him too much because I would have loved him for fit 100 for the Honduras game. So we have to be strategic as well. We have another game to play against a tougher opponent on paper. So do we factor that in to the choice? All right. So in order to not have the choice, people, it's between 2 players, Bobby Reed or Maggie in the 10. El Granero, we still have Bobby Reed can put there. So tell me, Maggie or Reed? So we have one Maggie, we have one Bobby, we have one Maggie. Demo said, oh my God, not Maggie in at the 10. Oh gosh. Demo is not convinced. I believe them for make Maggie run out. Okay. But run out from the start or run out when time the coach say run out sometime in the game. Sadler said Bobby. Mirak said Bobby. Intrigue said Bobby is not a natural 10, so put Maggie in there. Okay. Why would we put a makeshift 10 ahead of a specialist 10? Kiddo says start. All right, well, people, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change from what we used to build the whole team so far. I will not overrule the comment section. So, Kirk just reach CDM, so I'm soon catch up to this part. But I will say, look, we're going to put Tyreek McGee in the number 10 because you guys said I must do it. So we're going to put Tyreek McGee in the number 10 and hopefully he can give us, unlock something in that midfield for us. All right. So this is what we're going with: Latibodair, Anderson, and McGee. And then on that right side now we have, basically I would say the leading candidates would be Bobby Reed, Norman Campbell, and Cephas. You also have Kaheem Dixon as well, who could play over there. Romario Williams more than likely would be held back for a substitute for Antonio if needed, so I don't see him playing in the wide role. So I think it's between Campbell, Cephas, Dixon, and Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed could be held back in reserve as well because maybe he wants to make sure he has some midfield cover for players when they're ready to come off the pitch. So a lot of factors to kind of think about there. But who you guys think will get the right midfield role or the right wing role? Will it be Bobby Reed, Norman Campbell, Ronaldo Cephas, or Kaheem Dixon? Who do you guys think will get it? Demo J said Maggie off the bench. Sorry, Demo. Maggie won the votes, and I'm going to be fair and put Maggie there. And sorry as well to Michael Sadler. King J said Maggie turned back the ball too much. If Maggie can't forward in now, then it don't make sense him in the team. Okay. So similar to the thought you had with Tavan Gray. The guy playing well, we call him. This is him chance. When else him would I get the chance? Bless up Bianco Neri, boss. Yeah, man, I show the people them or the team them are going to look later. Should look or might look. Why are we even using a 10? Play double 8, Casey and Bobby. Well, me rat the people them say the Christmas tree them did want, for the formation, So I'm set it up. Yeah, man, I work with the people them today. Well, Maggie makes sense with that midfield because Anderson and Lati will do the defensive role and Maggie can do the creative work. Okay. So Intrigue Sound say Bobby on the wing. Bobby on the wing. One vote for Campbell. The 85 coaches who pick Maggie. This man gone to pro license. I tell the man him get A license, Look what the man write. My pro license. So you want to go on? Let's use Dixon right wing too then. Why, Demo? You win some, you lose some, brother. You win the midfield where you want. You win the back line where you want. You can't win every position, brother. People them vote Maggie. What am I going to do? Or go on like me not see the vote them? Can't do that. Why are we adamant about carrying a straggler in defense? So who is a straggler, brother? A Tavan Gray you call straggler? Come on, man. Only Jamaicans harp and turn back ball. It's a part of the game and every team utilize that strategy. Kirk does reach Casey Palmer spot. We hear say him have a, well, you hear the argument, Kirk, that him have an injury. See? We say 3 All right. Oceana pro license, brother. Oceana. You can't work nowhere else but over there. So go coach. Not even know a team. New Caledonia. Go coach them. All right. So it look like Bobby Reed win out on the right hand side. I get a vote for Norman Campbell. Demon never vote for Dixon, but him just did a joke. Or Maggie called straggler. Okay. Why we have a defensive straggler? Well, look, man say recently, brother, in the USL, alone work and running him a put in, So we're gonna see the proof if him get this start tonight in that role. Bless up Sheridan, what go on? Hope all is well, my brother. Hope everything missed you that passed through the other day or yesterday. Milton and him foolishness. Yeah, man, some of my family members in Orlando weren't so lucky, you know. So my prayers go out to everybody that I don't know who was affected. Yeah, man, my prayers go out, man. It's a tough situation right now for a lot of people. And yeah, we just give thanks that, you know, lives were spared at the same time. I know some weren't so lucky. So prayers goes out to those families. But yeah, it's hopeful that, you know, the communities and the respective communities can band together and try to get some kind of normalcy back in life, because I know it's going to be a long road for some places for sure. Yeah, man, it's tough. Maggie, one turn hard. They say, even the Believe No Man artist is Fatal, that's his name. No, yourself say, let us see. Yeah, he said it. He said he was doing more running. Man calling him Messi, and Messi don't run, but he scores. So let us see. Yeah, but that's Messi, dude. Come on, man. You can't call anybody Messi. That's sacrilege. Demo boy, are you the exception? You know, your license get revoked. They say Demo want revoke everybody else one when you could have just take fee one. Demo feel strong about it, brother. Yeah, this is just an exercise to see what the fans think, you know. On the Nicaragua side of things, I went from a more tactical perspective, but through me see the place full of people, I'm saying, you know what? Let me give the people them vibes, let them pick them damn team. But you say the Mona fight, Jaja. We never know Mona and JC a size. How things have changed. MFC McGee will do well. Took down the shot at 0 damage. Thank the Lord. Man's prepared with him shutters though. That's very good. Yeah, man. Very thankful you get through, Sheridan. I know others not as lucky, so pray for them same way. Yeah, man. But just thankful say you're good, bro, and family. Messi don't play cam, he can afford not to run. Yeah, he play striker nowadays, basically. After this, I don't want to hear any debate about McGee. After this, we should say he's good or not with confidence. Boy, what an ultimatum for the player, man. So if he play bad today, that's it. I don't know, man. Sometimes a player can just have a bad day, but he need to do something still. Avis said, Norman Campbell on the right. Kid have everything. Talent. Nothing like that. McGee off the bench, man. Not the game, the window. Okay, fair enough. 2 games. I mean, based on the composition of the midfield, I feel like he's probably going to get chances. I mean, you guys have him to start. I'm not so sure if he will start, but I'd be shocked if him don't get chances in this window, to be honest. But let's see. I mean, last time I said the same thing about John Russell, and he didn't get a chance. I said the same thing that Karai must get more minutes, and he barely get any. So, you know, you never really know still. Yeah, man, a lot of factors. But it looks like on that right-hand side, I got a few Campbells, but the majority was for Bobby Reid. So let's get Bobby Reid on this right-hand side. A more familiar role for him in Jamaica colors and club-wise. And that will be it. And of course, with Demari on this side, you know, he might not give you as much work tracking inside, but with Bobby on this side, when we want that extra body in midfield, he can easily tuck and make this look a little more like a diamond. Anderson can split a bit this way, Lati this way, Reed drop into a more central, and McGee goes from here to more here to balance the play as well. Because this could be a way it could look too. If we're starting to lose that midfield battle, you know, you can turn this easily into a 4 more central, you know, and then you kind of split these two a bit more. So, you know, a lot of different ways this variation and formation can be tweaked based on how the game is going. You know, if they're getting the better of us in midfield, we can always condense the system, put the Marigray more up front as a 2, and slide Reed more central to make a nice 4 in midfield there, like a nice diamondish looking midfield to kind of clog up that middle. So I like the flexibility that these players on the field right now would give you, and I like this to be the formation. And of course, of these two players, Anderson is the one that has the license to get more involved into the attack. For me, though, I think Antonio is going to give these three players fits. Him isolated in these channels, inside right, inside left. I don't see any of the players on their back line that can really hold him up. I think he's going to cause them a lot of problems in this game. And if we can get the ball to him in space to fight off these defenders, I think it's going to be a big issue for Nicaragua. The last thing I want to touch on, people, before we get out of here for this stream, first and foremost, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I had fun showing you guys what I thought about Nicaragua from the little scouting I did, telling you about the players and the coach and how they play. For Jamaica, you know, we kind of have an idea this coach wants to be a lot more possession-based than the last. He also wants us to be more on the front foot than the last. You know, perhaps leaving a few more gaps around the back, but at the same time, just wanted to be the ones to take the game to teams a bit more than our last coach. So for me, these are the three keys to Jamaica winning the game later, right? The first one, I think they need to have a sustained press in the build-up phase of Nicaragua. I think in the game against Cuba especially, the times when Cuba were able to have success and not really have Nicaragua have the ball for extended periods was when they were pressing them in the build-up phase. And I don't mean letting the back three or the back five just possess side to side. I mean literally pressing from that phase of play. I don't see a big strength in Nicaragua in transition, either offensively or defensively. So I wouldn't be so worried about putting so many numbers into their final third to try to press them. I think that we need to put that pressure on them to not let them get comfortable. I think the slower the pace of play, the better for them. And if we press them, we will influence them to go longer more often, which is what we saw in the Cuba game, which I think when it got more disjointed, Nicaragua did not handle the physicality and the pace of Cuba as well as they did when the game was a bit more measured. So I think that Jamaica need to speed up the game by pressing them in their final third or in their defensive third. Secondly, we can't just be 100 miles an hour the whole game. I think, again, I use this word a lot when I talk about football, balance. I use balance. Yeah, Demo, I can actually do a little calling segment. Just let me get through the key points and I will drop the number and people can call in. We'll do a little calling segment for real. All right. Find a good possession versus transition balance. I think Jamaica needs to do that because, as I said, when we press them, force them to go long. If we win the ball, if there's an opportunity to transition, yes, by all means, take it. But I think also in order to have a good organized press, we need to make sure that we sometimes possess the football that will make us be able to push our team up the field, not get too stretched from defense to midfield to forward. That will enable us, if we do lose the ball, we'll be ready to press them right away. So we need to find that balance between going at them quickly when we win the ball in transition. If it's not there, if they're already set, no need to play one ball when three defenders are there and Antonio with no help for the second ball. So we need to find that balance between possession and transition. I think under this coach, it has gotten a lot better. We're not seeing the right away going long. We are seeing it some because we still have speed and pace up front and we need to use it. But I think we do need to have those spells of possession as well, just to soften up that back line and put them into this lull that, okay, you know, we can settle for a little because Jamaica is going to possess first before they attack. No, sometimes we need to just hit them quickly. Other times we need to try to keep the ball and possess. I don't believe that Nicaragua is going to have like a press similar to Honduras on us. They're much more of a mid-block type of pressure team. I don't think they're going to really have Moreno and the players behind him really, you know, going all out to try to turn us over in our defensive third. So I think we can take advantage of that at times, go ahead and build a play, try to get on the ball, get used to the turf, and just not rush everything. I think we need to find that balance, speeding up the game and keeping possession. So we need to find that good balance there. And the third thing, I think a major concern for them is getting isolated against any of our attackers. If this is the lineup that we go with, Damari Gray, Antonio, even to a lesser extent, Bobby Reed, I think one-on-one they're going to put fear in the defense of the other team. So if we can isolate these players when we do go on those times when we do the quick transition, we need to make sure to utilize those wide spaces in the diagonal passes. As I said before, when they play this, if they go with this back five system, Acevedo and Quijano, when they possess the ball for a good amount of time, they do leave space in behind. I think Fletes, he's the real key to pick on when Quijano is gone up the pitch, because I don't think that he can handle Gray or Antonio in any kind of situation. It's going to be problems. He's going to concede fouls. He's also going to be at risk of picking up card as well. So if I was Jamaica, I would pay special attention to that defensive right side of Nicaragua for two reasons. Quijano is an attacking player by nature. He wants to get forward. Even in the game when he was playing more of a traditional right back role against Cuba, at times Fletes had to be pulled out to cover that space when he's forward. So I love that area of the pitch right there, that Damari Gray space. That he can get into long if he's tucked inside and Antonio has made the run wide. I'm telling you, this area right here from the middle third or the attacking third all the way to this corner flag, this whole side is going to be an area of danger for us in this game. And I think we should be able to exploit it, and we should pay close attention to that area of the pitch. On the other side, similar, but I think Perez has a little bit more athleticism to kind of cope with more space on this side. Not that he can't get beaten. He's a player. He's a human. He can be beaten. But I think Fletes will have more joy going at him and really targeting him in this game later. All right, enough said. I won't give away any more to these people in case the Nicaraguan people, them are going to send it to them people. So, yeah, we won't talk about that no more. But what we're going to know, people, we don't normally do this, but since it's game day and people want to give them takes, I'm going to leave this team on the screen, and I'm going to flash this on the just going to put this up on the screen for you guys. That is the WhatsApp calling number. So if you guys want to forward and call, let me get my phone. If you guys want to call me on WhatsApp on that number right there, and we can have a quick discussion. I'm going to run the show for about another 23 more minutes. So we should be able to get some calls in if you guys want to give your thoughts, give your prediction, give your 11 if you have any different from what I have here. Please call in and do so. And as I said, if we get some calls, I will run the show at least another 23 minutes or so. So I'll try to limit the calls not too long so that some people can get a chance to call in. So people, I don't normally do call-ins on these programs. So please drop your calls. And if not, we will just go about our business, because I have a full sheet of paper right here and I've gone through every single thing I wanted to get through. We did Nicaragua's team. We talked about their keys. We did Jamaica's team. We talked about their keys to victory. We talked a little bit about the coach and his history with this team. So yeah, it is pretty much done. And I will be back. I've already set the stream up, people. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me get the link for later show on here. Of course, we will be forwarding with the live stream later. So let me share the link in the comment section for the show later. So you guys click that link right there. I'm going to pin it at the top. You guys click that link right there and go and drop some likes on that video for later, people. Try to get it up to, how many people in here right now? 107? Yeah, man. Drop a 50 likes on it from now. So later when the algorithm is in full flow, there will be some likes on the video already. We have a bunch of enthusiasts out there that cover the Jamaican content. So there will be ample and whole heap of opportunities for you to get some live match content. We will have it here on this channel as well. So if you'd like, we'll have it running in the Discord as well at the same time. And you're going to get the top-notch commentary sounding like some professional quality with name pronunciations and all. Yeah, man. And we also get the analysis at the same time from, you know, somebody that you guys trust and respect when it comes on to talking about these football teams and the games. So yeah, man, if you haven't decided yet where you will be, what I used to do before I was creating content, I would just click on everyone's thing and drop a like, and I would, you know, stay one place for a while, move on. You know, I would kind of keep moving around. But you know, I totally understand if you have your places that you're loyal to. You know, we will grow our loyal fan base as the time goes. But as I said, people, there's ample opportunity for you to find different, you know, people that will be covering the game. Here it will be rooted in analysis and you know, football discussion, as well as giving you the proper commentary that you guys probably need if you're not hearing any sound, and you probably don't want to hear sound with the quality of the commentary that we get from Concacaf typically. So I guarantee you that even if you don't come here to hear one bit of analysis, just hearing me commentate the game is better than the experience you would get from the Concacaf people. I am telling you for a fact. It's horrible most of the time. But yo, big up United, Wagwan, respect. Big up to Reggae Boyz community putting in the work. I'm sure you have big things planned for Monday as well. 100 likes and coach. Mad thing. Yeah, man. Respect for the likes, people. And remember, the pinned comment in the comment section is the live stream for later. So just go ahead and drop some likes on the video from now. I know somehow you might be tied up other places later, but drop it now, and that way it can get out there into the mix of all the videos that will be out later. I will try to start the stream right at 9 o'clock. You know, life goes on, football, that behavior. So Julie have training later. And once that done and I forward back, I'll make sure I eat before coming onto the stream, because, yeah, 12 o'clock, 12:30 time, I'm not going to want to eat no food them time there. It's not healthy anyway. So I'll make sure I eat dinner before we turn on the stream. Shooting for 9 o'clock. If I can get everything done beforehand, I will start even a little earlier than that. But 9 o'clock should be good. Lineup should be out by then. We can start to break down. If anything, I can make the lineup actually on the tactical pad later, and we can go through everything in real time in terms of how the team's gonna look. So we're not gonna bring no more. I'm just gonna use my tactical, well, not mine, but I'll use the tactical pad later to put the teams on the screen so you guys can see it. And I don't know if you guys want to just for the last thing. So Demo, I understand you. You asked for the calling and you not call. Are you why I put my number up on the phone for calling? You know? The number for calling, you know. Good question, MF. Did any supporters fly out for the game? Boy, I couldn't tell you, know. Other than the delegation that is there. Maybe I know there's some super fans. There's this guy, I think his name is AQ. He usually has a delegation of people, but I think lately he's been doing the games in the United States. I don't know if Nicaragua is on the cards for them. But I haven't really heard of anybody still. Yeah, man, I call time now, bro. I run the show for another 17 minutes now, 16 minutes. So if you're gonna call now, or forever hold your peace. Because later is live match. We're not doing no calling later. It will be an hour of breakdown and then right into the match. So yeah, I don't know of any supporters. I haven't heard anything MF at all. And I won't be able to go to the game on Monday in Jamaica, sadly. All right, so Demo call ya. So hold on, Demo. Let me get you where the people can hear you. All right, Demo, talk. Let them hear.
You can hear me properly.
All right, comment section. Just drop a thumbs up in the comments. I think you should be good, but just let me know. Just go and talk, Demo.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So first of all, big up yourself.
Respect.
Big up everybody in the chat. The thing is, boss, I just want to pay my respects to you. Like, you know, we have a lot of people in the space and thing. but I just want to give my respects for the tactical breakdown and stuff, and the fact that you can focus on Nicaragua team and show what they want to do and all them stuff there. I don't think they really get that from other spaces, you know? So I just want to show my respects. I have to show it you for that because what will you put that in that space? So big up for that.
Yeah, man, respect.
Miss the prediction. I never hear where you say for a score line. You want to hear that.
To be totally honest, Demo, I had not done a prediction. I was gonna hold off on the prediction until later on. Just because normally when these, I know me personally, whenever people do shows beforehand, I stay away from predictions, and I normally say, to me, it's too early until I can see the team sheet, you know. And I guess maybe that's cheating in a way, but because if I gave a prediction right now, I might feel differently when I see the actual team that in play. You know, so I could give you one now, but it's not really, you know, when I see the team, I think it's more of a educated prediction than just, you know, I'm just predicting right now. I don't know who I'm going to play. I don't know anything, but this is just what I think. And I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it to predict so early. You know what I mean? So I'm going to wait until later. Comment section can chime in and give me predictions once we see the team and we start talking about it a little bit. So that was my plan still, but I don't want to stop anyone from giving one now if you'd like to.
Yeah, all right. So that no man, that cool. I understand that totally. I think I got that as well. And I'll go back and give a prediction. And then finally is again, because they work with it on and off, so we know say we give some key things for Jamaica. I'm not sure if one of those things was our key player for the game. Like you pick a key player for the game.
I had not.
Who would know I could start because obviously I don't know the lineup.
Well, I kept our keys more so away from individuals and more so on just things that I think we need to do to be effective in the game. So I didn't really pick out a player or players per se. I just I saw some tendencies in them, the way they play. And I thought if we did these three things, we'd have a good chance to win. So that's really how I kept my argument based. I didn't really base it on players.
Yeah, but may I ask you know then, because you know Nicaragua is a style, like who is a key player individually for you?
All right, so
you just pick a random player, but you have the
yeah. So based on what I know of the team, I think that it goes without saying every game he's probably a key player, but I think Mikel Antonio is crucial because I don't believe that any of their defenders, from what I saw, can handle what he brings, and that's a lot of teams who would play. But I think even more so in this game, he has such a physical advantage against who he's going up against that. If we can just get him opportunities to get on the ball in any kind of space, I just don't see how they're going to be able to cope with what he's going to bring to the table. So I would say Mikel Antonio. And then other than him, I would say whoever he decides to play in those midfield areas, because I think like Latibodier, for example, we know that he can cover space. But I think this game, for us to be really effective, we're going to need him to actually close down people more. So we're going to need to get into their faces a bit more, because I think the more uncomfortable you make a team like Nicaragua, the more that physical advantage will start to show. And I think a lot of times we say this when we're playing teams, boy, we're bigger than them, we're faster than them. But I think today, while Nicaragua plays very physical, I just think like athletically, they cannot cope with us. So we need to really try to make an advantage of that against them. Now, they have the kryptonite for that, which is being technical and passing the ball. But I think that if we can just make them uncomfortable and get them out of their, that familiarity. I saw them do it against Cuba, where for a time, Cuba was able to get them out of their rhythm and they couldn't cope with Cuba's speed and athleticism. But the minute they got a control of the football and slowed the tempo, they were in control again. So we just need to, make sure that we're imposing that physicality on them at all times.
All right. I'm helping before keep this. All right. So my last thing before you is, because I haven't watched the MRA since last window, and it was horrible. Come off the bench, but he's doing that for me. I mean, he's great, but for me, you know.
May I try, Demo, not for cut you off, Demo, but may I try to hear you, and it's like you're break in and out. So I don't know if you move or...
No, you don't hear me now.
Okay, that's better now. You were chipping in and out. So just start over the take again.
Yeah, so may I say, my concern, because me hear you say key player is Antonio, right? So my concern though, I can't talk about it after. I don't know if you have any concern about it, but a little bit about them I regret. Because I see him since the last window when him come. Obviously leading up to the window, he was horrible. If they come off at the bench, and he wasn't playing that well after injury. So I don't know if you have no concerns about them or but mega hang up or mega listen.
All right, cool. Respect for the call, Demo, and respect for the thoughts as well. I may discuss that right now. So big up. Yeah, so Demo said, boy, I'm kind of concerned with the recent form and the status of Demarai Gray. What kind of Demarai Gray will we really get? So if we kind of look at what he has done since the last window, he has played a cup match on the 23rd, right, of September. And he also played in a Pro League match on the 29th. Now, if you look at Al Ettifaq's games in total, just removing Demarai and just talking about the team itself, because again, he's played 2 games since he went back. 1 in the league and 1 in the cup. He missed the first game against Al Nassr, and that would have been right after the window. He was an unused sub that day. Actually didn't even make the bench that day, so he wasn't even in the squad on the 20th that day. Now, a lot of their international players who had come back did play. I know Ekambi went and played some games. I think Rodak still keeps for his country in as well. So they had international players who went to the window, came back, and they still were used. Wait, the 14th would have been the first game. Yeah, so this would have been the first game. And when he came back, let me just check it. Yeah, so he didn't make the bench the first 2 games back, right? Then he's back in the cup match against Aladala. And in that game, he actually got the start and played 90 minutes. So good sign there. And that was the 23rd of September. So that was his first action back after the window. Then on the 29th, they played a league match, right? And in this match, Steven Gerrard put him back on the bench, and he came on in the 67th minute and had a good performance in this game, right? So 1 start, 90 minutes, 1 30-odd minutes with the injury time in the next matchup. And then on October the 3rd, which would have been the most recent match, this was the one that was very surprising to me. He had been kind of subbing off or starting on the bench in the league. And that was the same in this game. But not only was he on the bench in this one, this game he didn't even make the bench on the 3rd of October. So that was a bit strange. I didn't really see anything in print media or anything over there suggesting anything. I didn't see Gerrard talk about him after the game. So I was kind of wondering what the heck was going on. Now, I will say this. The fact that he was with the camp so early, right? And just visually seeing him in the couple clips I've seen training, he looks like some of that summer months extra weight he had pulling around looks to have trimmed down a bit. So look, I can only hope. It's not looking the best in terms of recent form with club, to be honest. But then again, maybe that was just what the doctor ordered at the time. Maybe he just needed some more time to rest. I don't think he was as bad as people say he was in the Cuba game or the Honduras game for that matter. Would I want more from him? Absolutely. I think the explosiveness was a bit down in the last window, and that is my hope that the eye test and what I've seen of him and his physical stature right now, hopefully he's gotten back some of that burst. He did look a bit sluggish the last window. Hasn't really been able to work his way playing wise out of that sluggishness, but has been with his club. I'm sure he's been focused on getting back to that premium fitness that we know he can have. And I am of the mind that Damari Gray, in his heart of hearts, has had his experience in Saudi Arabia and probably wants to get back to this side of the world at some point. And I know he knows that performances with the Jamaica team will help with that. He can take this form back to his club, start tearing it up again like he was doing last year, playing a lot better, playing a lot more minutes, a lot more consistent minutes, and convince Gerard that, like, I'm undroppable. I need to start for this team. But I think it's going to be a big ask to see the grade that we know that we can see in this window. But I do think we'll see a better version of Gray than we saw the last window. And I still feel like the version we just saw of Gray isn't as bad as what people making it out to be. He wasn't terrible in those games, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think I'm fairly optimistic that we won't get the same type of Damari Gray that we saw in the last window, you know? People are give me the updates. Yo, match time, you know. I want to go watch some football, you know. So yeah, Demo Dre, respect for the call. I'm gonna dash you that number, yeah. Yeah, so later on, people, we'll be back. We'll have the live stream. We're gonna lead into that live stream as well with some information last minute that we get from all around the world. But until then, we will be back later, people. Fresh up myself, relax, you know, eat some food. And then we'll be back later with all the live content for all of those Jamaica fans out there wishing for these 3 points. That's when we'll get into the predictions, the lineup, and everything. All right, people. So big up to everyone that passed through today. Had a nice viewership on this one. We got to the target of 100 likes, and hopefully anybody that found the channel for the first time today realize that they're missing out and smash that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, you need to be here when we're talking football. If you want to, you know, you want to be the star of the show. When people ask you at work tomorrow, what you think about the game, you just listen to what I say, man, and tell everybody, man. Then they're going to say, yo, you know about youth, you know? Yeah, man, but all jokes aside, people, I thoroughly enjoyed bringing you this tactical preview. Hopefully now you have a better idea of what to expect later from our opponents and also what Jamaica needs to do to get the job done. All right, people, so little more. As a reminder, people, I'm going to drop it one more time in the comment section. This is the link to the live stream for later. Go ahead and click on it from now and drop a like on it, people. 105 of you in here. I need at least 50 likes on this video by the time I check it in an hour or so, people. And there's 100 of you here, you know. So it should really be 100, you know. But you see, through me, you know, I'm not go be. Yeah, so 50, half of the people here. Just drop a like on the video, people. It'll help later for more people find the video. Because you can't just have the big content and just keep it to yourself. Share it to the people, man. Make them know, make the channel grow. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, everybody stay safe and sound. As a reminder, people, all my Florida peeps, all my Southern State peeps were affected by Milton. Prayers go to all of you, and hopefully the damage was minimal, and you guys can get back to normal life as quickly as possible. All right? But everyone else, big up on yourself same way. Go and take care of yourself and on the family. And until later on, one love. Big up, people. Jason Gooner. We are